Welcome to Goadflix, where I spoil a movie and talk shit about something I've watched recently. Today I'm going to be talking about 1981's Scanners, a film basically known for this famous shot. Walking into this movie, the only thing I really knew about it was that it involves people with brain powers, and that a whole lot of people in their late 40s and early 50s seem to think this movie is the tits. I try not to hold that against this film. The film opens with this guy mentally assaulting a Karen who was being a mean girl. And in traditional Hollywood fashion, you can always tell when someone has something a bit fuckled in their head because they're unshaven. Their clothes are baggier, their hair is longer. They usually have a beanie or a ball cap. So this guy looks like he sells mushrooms to middle schoolers, and that must mean he's secretly a fucking genius. Some agents hit him with a dart gun, and a really shitty chase through a mall ensues. And he comes up with the bright idea to swap escalators. There is no way a government agency could have predicted that one. This guy is telekinetic Jason Bourne. But eventually the dart wins out and he gets captured. Wakes up all tied up and with a shit haircut. This is why you never fall asleep first at a birthday party. And then we get some dialogue where the movie title gets said.
You're a scanner.
You're a scanner, Harry. Cut to a press conference where the power of scanners are being revealed, and you won't believe this, but Jack Nicholson is a villain. The infamous head pop happens, they got him trapped, and then he pulls some Jedi mind tricks, makes the poor guy inject himself with puberty blockers. And then old Nicholson basically goes on a murder spree to escape. We learn here that Wu-Tang scanners ain't nothing to fuck with. These guys are spoopy, man. Full-on brain control, and that used to be limited to one in Yu-Gi-Oh! Very powerful stuff. So now they need a plan to take down evil Obi-Wan, and of course, you're going to need a scanner to beat a scanner. Although, frankly, I think a bomb or a sniper round would do the trick, but they also want to locate all the other scanners so they can weaponize autism. And who else could they enlist other than Bad Haircut Barry?
We don't have any scanners left to send into the field.
As a matter of fact, I do have one, very special one.
Oh, and the puberty blockers stop you from using your brain bullets, so just a bit of world building there. Now, Barry is a secret agent trying to infiltrate the autism underworld, which basically means he shows up and talks about trains and Legos, only he's basically the stiffest, most unsubtle dweeb to ever become a spy. And I have to be honest, I found watching this guy to be really jarring. I wound up trying to find interviews with him when he was younger because I wanted to know whether he's just really talented at portraying like a quasi-mentally deficient person, or he really is just like this as a human. Like, the casting director was taking open auditions and they were like, okay, you're like a robot child man, and everything you say sounds like it came out of a speak-and spell. Hit me. And he just sorted his scripts into a perfectly symmetrical stack and said,
maybe you could just tell me where he lives. Then I could approach him myself.
He locates another scanner who basically tells him that he uses art to control his voices and compulsions, and then they have this exchange.
I have friends. I don't want them, but I have them.
Scanner friends?
What do you mean by that?
I'm one of you.
You're one of me.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, but you're just not going to convince me that this is not an autism metaphor. I'm all in on this theory. But there's no time to count all the toothpicks because they're set upon by assassins that basically look like background extras with shotguns. And this one guy is just way too happy to be shooting scanners. Just look at his shit-eating grin. They say if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. I have a feeling henchman number 3 shoots scanners for the love of the game. So him and Raggedy Ann get to blasting. Damn, he's not going to be in Scanners 2. Poindexter takes out the thugs, and then he links up with an Asperger's support group for a seance. It turns out when you get the entire cast of Love on the Spectrum together, they can mentally communicate and discuss their favorite animes. But within less than 60 seconds of actual screen time, the shotgun shogun are back again to cause problems. Knock knock, who's there? Shotgun massacre who? Well, these guys get lit on fire. The Nerd Patrol scatters. Their van gets shot to shit. The Tism twins escape, and they interrogate one of the naughty shoddy boys. And in my opinion, this is where the movie starts ramping down. Blah, 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 the scanner drug is linked to Jack Nicholson. Blah, 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 the head good guy is a secret bad guy. And then the head good guy, which is actually a bad guy, gets bloated up because, and I shit you not, computers are a kind of mind, and scanners can access those too. There's a scanner baby, and they realize that the drug isn't just a suppressant, but it's also how new scanners are made. Our guy gets tranked again, and then there's a big exposition dump and a showdown. The good guy and the bad guy are brothers, because of course they are. And Jack Vader wants him to join the dark side, but that's not going to happen, and so now we have to brain battle. And it looks like our main character is getting all fucked up. Oh no, that's not supposed to happen, oh my gosh. The music loops about 30 times, and then eventually the infamous poster shot happens. And then we find our main character cooked to a crisp. What a twist. The good guy loses, never to avoid eye contact in regular social situations again. Except, double twist! During the brain battle, our two characters swapped bodies, and now our protagonist will live his life looking like Jack Nicholson. The end. All in all, Scanners is going to get a 6 out of 10 for me. It's not a bad movie, man, although it does drag like hell in places. I do think it's one of those early sci-fi movies that kind of kicked off the fascination with synthwave, cyberpunk, neuromancer, and our fascination with depersonalization. It just wasn't a particularly entertaining movie for me. Having flat, monotone actors may have been an intentional choice, but I have to imagine me wanting to take a nap wasn't. I'm glad this film is in my lexicon, but Scanners is like an old school athlete that wouldn't hack it in the modern ecosystem. But hey man, time comes for all of us. Thanks for watching.